Man can grow up so he can be trusted. That's what we're saying. The perfection of man. Christians say it, but they don't believe it. Marx said it. He said man is capable of perfection. Christians say that you must be perfect like God is. Jesus said, be ye perfect even as I and the Heavenly Father are perfect. That's what he said. But when you start practicing perfection, the Christians say it won't work. So you got to go to heaven to be perfect. And that's the biggest cop-out in the world. If you die a devil, as a tree falls, so shall it lie.
They told us we couldn't keep all of the commandments, man. Passover lamb, blood covers me, got us eating in the family. Chosen, yeah, the elite, we was lost and abandoned. Prodigals, back on our knees, when he put us on our feet, it's gonna be in a mansion. Count it all joy when they test this faith that you fast and you pray for. We gon' be steadfast, lacking nothing. If we ever need something, we gon' pray more. Then we gon' do what he say. Smash every idol they put on display. No whipping, no chain gon' lead us astray. That type of thing happened back in the day. But it's all different now. The lost been found, we ain't falling for religion now. If you say I'm in a cult cause I'm woke and I prefer lamb over goat, I ain't tripping now. Your hope is in slave master quotes that have nothing to do with the script when you strip it down. You following the doctrines of men, and men who refuse to repent, letting sin abound. And even if he is working on me, I still ain't no excuse for me not to be holy here now. Every curse passed down from my mom or my dad, I'ma burn that flag and I'ma tear it down. Identify my burdens and lay them down. If a barrel in my face, I'ma stare it down. Cause men smell fed like dogs, it ain't sweet cause you see me in these vlogs, I don't play around. Not just a fan of this word, I'ma stand on this word like trial, put my hand on this word, make a vow, confessing on my sins out loud. I come to the Father like a child, head covered in the shroud, take it off without throwing in the towel. Grace for the humble, resistance for the proud. You praying I stumble and you won't even walk a mile. I could do all things, Messiah giving out power. Told us we couldn't keep all of the commandments, Passover lamb, blood covers me, got us eating in the famine, chosen, the elite, we was lost and abandoned, prodigals, back on our knees, when he put us on our feet, it's gonna be in the mansion.
I can get better, fasting, I'm standing and reading and praying, no matter the weather. Joy, love, and peace, erase all disbelief, I've been keeping my head up. At the pace of a heavenly citizen, obedient faith is gonna get us in. Conviction gives way to my discipline, yeah. I can get better. Fasting, I'm standing and reading and praying, no matter the weather. Joy, love, and peace, erase all disbelief, I've been keeping my head up. At the pace of a heavenly citizen, obedient faith is gonna get us in. Conviction gives way to my discipline, yeah.
You trying to tell me that you gotta put other gods before the Most High God? You gotta bow down and worship statues? You gotta take the Father's name in vain? You can't remember the Sabbath? You can't honor your father and your mother? You gotta murder? You gotta commit adultery? You gotta steal? You gotta bear false witness? You gotta covet what belongs to your brother?
I don't care what they have to say.
Family think I lost my mind. They thought I lost track of time. Bringing out this truth, they don't wanna hear it, rather stay alone. They ask me why I'm doing this. I tell them why I'm doing this. Cause God let me to do this, yeah. No, there ain't no stopping this. Oh no, ain't no stopping this. It'd be crazy if I don't. Crazy if I don't. No, there ain't no stopping this. Sorry, ain't no stopping this. It'd be crazy if I don't. Crazy if I don't. Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68. Black man, that is you. Black woman is you. Ooh, ooh. These folks, they out here lying. It's too long they've been lying. Now we waking to the truth. Waking to the truth. Blacks are the real Jews. No, there ain't no stopping this. Oh no, ain't no stopping this. It'd be crazy if I don't. Crazy if I don't. No, there ain't no stopping this. Sorry, ain't no stopping this. It'd be crazy if I don't. Crazy if I don't.
End times. Legendary bandit loose in the building tonight.
Today, the members of the Science and Security Board move the hands of the doomsday clock forward. We move the clock forward the closest it has ever been to midnight. 90 seconds.
Weapons forming, but they not prospering. He preparing that table, they gotta watch you win. Tug of war with that flesh. Y'all was cool, now you ops again. Fight the good fight, don't let it box you in. Breath of life, let his spirit be your oxygen. He went away to send it, cause he knew the hearts of men. The spirit telling me not to switch. Put my hand to the plow, I ain't dropped it since. Atomic bulletins, nuclear scientists, all of them weapons only gonna bring us close to where Zion is. At first they won't tryna hear. Now they see it and they get the message loud and clear. When you got inner peace, they want you out of here. If you a speaker, they wanna blast you. You a pioneer. Now that the whole world watching the minute hand, repent or perish. If you hearing this, it's still a chance. We looking ancient again. 2 Chronicles 7:14. Let's make an amends. Was a slave to the sin, that was caging the sin. Who dealt us this wicked hand? No way you could win. Becoming dangerous men to try to pay for the rent. In the gutter, you get one strike, straight to the pen. In they heart is deceit, on they faces a grin. We need solid brothers and sisters, not occasional friends. It's time we racing against the 70th week, wait for the prince. Still studying the major prophets. We found the truth and the way they hit it, made it obvious. Would you look at the time? In with the truth, out with the lies. We got 90 seconds until the show begins. Peace to the laborers, pay them homage. In Hamashiach, it ain't nothing that you can't accomplish. Asking his name, you gon' receive it. He made a promise. You have not, cause you ask not, or ask amiss. The intercessor, he not a genie that grants you wish. You don't forgive, should he forgive you of your past offense? Go forgive your brother and come ask again. He knows your inner thoughts, so you can't pretend. Look, they say we only got 90 seconds. Apply the pressure, you know time is precious. Straightforward and unashamed with his gospel message. Repent, Messiah's coming, though many may not accept it. We about to cross the line, where the lights is off and the cars decline. Where the food is scarce and water is hard to find. And talking like how we talking ain't authorized. This your moment, Jacob, you been called to rise. The furnace of affliction melted the shackles away. Your transgressions are forgotten, get back in your place. You broke the laws, but I'm greeting you with open arms. The prodigal son, I'm proud of you, son. From a slave to a priest, look how far that you come. Yeah, well done is what we trying to hear. We got 90 seconds until we out of here.
Righteous in your eyes. Yeah, yeah. When you look at me, I want you to see a reflection of your life. No flesh. Walking in the spirit, I'll give you my best. Passing every test. No trial and tribulation can't take me off this quest. I wanna be Lead me, oh Father, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before my face and clean up every inch of me. Transform my mind, oh, keep it stayed on you and let me dwell with you, please. Keep me in your perfect peace. I wanna be. And this is what I plan on. Put my life in your hands, you dust the ash off. Give me the oil of gladness, I get my dance on. Divinely rooted in the vine, so this branch can't fall. Cling to Messiah tight like we ride a tandem. Yahuwah asked what he should give to me, and here's my answer. Righteous in your eyes. Yeah, yeah. When you look at me, I want you to see a reflection of your life. No flesh, no flesh. Walking in the spirit, I'll give you my best. Passing every test, no trial and tribulation can take me off this quest. Lead me, oh Father, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before my face and clean up every inch of me. Transform my mind, don't keep it still on you and let me dwell with you, please. Give me your perfect peace. Give me perfect. I wanna be.
My water straight from the throne. We built the altar with the unhewn stones. Roam through the city, all we seeing is these bones. So my face like flint till I wake a couple souls. A prophet hated by his own, so the father sent his son to bring the tribes of Jacob home. Jumping through these traps, cause they trying to see us gone. But we walking through the fire just like dangling bros. From every sheet to her zone, we stay inside the book because the book is all we own. Heritage and you better hold it on. We like David fighting giants with no armor and a stone. We face east cause a car home. We face east just to call home. We can't sleep till we all home. We won't rest till they all gone. So I guess that we be calling out they dog bones. Bless the seed, invest the deep in the laws of our God. Niggas Elohim, Shema, Warapah, all the side the king. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim. Bless the seed, invest the deep in the laws of our God. Niggas Elohim, Shema, Warapah, all the side the king. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim. From Bereshit to the books in Greek, the dragon took the sheep. Man, the book complete. The Father looked for peace, but we shook the beast. Now we up until our power put the hook in cheek. Shema, Yasha Allah, Abanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. He the tower till he give us the power of God. Though in the tower you will never devour a tribe. The Lord despised all you devils, your hours arrived. Bless the seed that kept the peace. Never forgot the poor and he kept the feast. We trying to dodge destruction, they can't stop the seed. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim. Bless the seed that kept the peace. Never forgot the poor and he kept the feast. Trying to dodge destruction, they can't stop the seed. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim.
Shalom, 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 yasha'Allah. Welcome back to another Milk Monday. I am Officer Knock, and we'll be shortly joined with Captain All Your All. I see he's He's on screen, but he's not in the seat. But before we get started, I want to first give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. I want to thank everyone for being here. We just got off of Atonement. We had what we call somewhat of a marathon all day on Atonement Day from the evening to evening. Hope everyone was edified and in the spirit. But today we start back again with Milk Monday. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you. Well, here he is. He's here.
Shalom.
Shalom, Cap. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get started quick. So I'm not going to hold you. First, I want to just let everyone know when you come in the building, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Also, hit the share button so we can get this edification out to the people, out to your loved ones, right? And all those things. Also, any young brother, elder brother who wants to join with Anointed House of Saints, please do us a favor. Send us an email with your interest to help to come and build your brick or put your brick in to build this congregation. You do that by sending us an email to anointedhos@gmail.com. Also, we have something new for the sisters. We know that sisters want to do this work with us, and we can't get the kingdom without you, sisters. So guess what? We have what's called the Sisters Corner. You want to be a part of that? Send us an email. anointedhos@gmail.com. And also, with that, I'm trying to see did he just send something? No. But with that, that's all I have for right now. We're going to get this class started, but I do want to get the shout outs going first, right? We're going to get these shout outs going. So let me go ahead and pull that up to see who we got going on here. Who was first? Looks like we got our brother, Boaz. Boaz, shalom to you, brother. Shalom. We also have Sister Gabriella. Shalom, sis. Thanks for being here. Want to say shalom to brother AHOS Nadiyab. Shalom, brother. Also our brother AHOS Banyamin. Of course, as always, Sister Joan Gilchrist, always dedicated being here with us. Thank you, sis, for being here. Shalom to you. Shalom also to Sister Zanaya. Shalom, sis. Great to see you. Also want to give a shout out to Captain Yakam Ya. Shalom, Captain. Good to see you. Shalom to Kevin Anderson. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to Akmasha. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Shalom to Yara 12 Stones. Shalom to you. Shalom, brother. Also, AHOS Yaikwab. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Officer Yawasop. Always good to see you, brother. Up in Chicago. Always good to see you. Always good to see AHOS Kodash. Shalom, brother. Good to see you. Shalom to Ahabia. Shalom, sis. Shalom to AHOS Captain Judah in the Carolinas. Shalom, Captain. Shalom to Captain Yahawada out in the Bay. Good to see you, Cap. Always good to see you. Shalom to brother Be Like Ants. Shalom. Shalom to, let's see who else we got on here. Sister L. Great to see you, sis. Shalom to you. Also, AHOS Prospect Yaikwab. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to World Without End. Shalom. AHOS Soldier James Jones. Yahweh Shai. Shalom to you, brother. Looks like that might be it for now. If I missed anyone, I will, of course, try and give you a shout out during class or at the end of class. We got one more that came in, the great Officer Kadar Aharon out in the big state of Texas. Shalom to you, brother. Good to see you. If I missed anyone, Salakia, I will try and shout you out, like I said, probably during the end of class or at the end of class. But without further ado, we're going to get this class going. The title of tonight's class is called The Ish People Don't Believe in the Bible. The Ish People don't believe in the Bible. It ain't even theirs, so they can't believe in it. But we got a good class for you tonight. Captain Eliel is going to bring it out, so I'm turning it over to you, Cap. It's all yours. Mike.
I'm on mute. All right, bet. Shalom, y'all. Shalom. First of all, of course, we want to give our honor and praise to the Most High Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. I see that my stuff already from the start acting crazy. So, am I delayed right now? Not. Why you keep making that face? You on mute.
Because I just closed my camera and I saw Officer Kadar Haran. I don't know how'd I get there.
Oh. Well, damn. But yeah, so, but if it start acting crazy, it start getting delayed, I'm just gonna cut my screen off. Oh yeah, Kadar did that. Kadar need to. Hey, Kadar, I meant to talk to you about that. You did that on the class. You put your picture up there, bro. You can't be doing that, man. This is the thing for everybody. Now we got to change that.
Captain Judah said he said it's a glitch.
It can't be no glitch. Somebody did that. Because I noticed it on Sunday. But,
yeah, that was okay.
But yeah, basically, of course, like I said, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. If the stuff start acting up on my side, I'm just gonna cut the camera off and let you guys, watch the video and stuff. But main thing today, we're doing a class again that we've done before, but right, Kadar want to be seen in me. Now I'm playing, no problem. But we're doing a class today basically about the Jewish man, right? Kind of proving how they don't really believe in the Bible. Something that we went over before. And I kind of just want to go over it again. You know what I'm saying? This is a good class to go over. I got some new videos to go with it this time. One video, the main, topic is still going to be the same, but I got some filler videos that we're going to play first. So just to kind of prove a lot of people, I guess, that are coming into the truth that need to be watching Milk Monday, rather. They might know that they are Israelites, but might not know that there are sects of the Jewish community that know and now say that we are Israelites, right? It started with Harry Rosenberg. He was the first big one, right? Ooh, excuse me. So started with Harry. Harry started going out there basically saying that we are the Israelites. I'm not going to play his video. Y'all could go look him up. Harry Rosenberg. He's the red hair Jewish man. Basically spoke at like a Jewish symposium or whatever, where he explained all the Jewish people in the room that the so-called African American people, black people that are in America, claiming to be Jews, we actually have a real claim, right? So since then, there's been sects of the Jewish community, and even before that, really, there were already sects that were going to Nigeria, right? And teaching the Igbo people, going to Ghana, teaching the different people there, the Akan and the Yoruba, you know what I'm saying? And all these different people, right? That already have a claim to being Israelite tribe. They even went to Zimbabwe down to go see the Limba, right? So basically, I just want to let you kind of hear what he says for a second, right? Because it's probably going to be next week, actually. We're going to have a class coming where we speak about how Jewish people don't want you to be Israelites, but they'd rather you be Jewish. So when they found out that there's a sect of us that know that we're Israelites and that they're not the real people, they started going to the places where those Israelites are at, now that they're the ones in power, to try to teach them that they're a different tribe than they actually are, so that these, Ish people can continue to claim to be the Southern Kingdom, right? So ironically, everybody else would be the Northern Kingdom. But with the Limba people specifically, they can't seem to make them Northern Kingdom because they have the genetic markers that they've been trying to claim this whole time. And when they actually took the DNA test, they couldn't deny it at that point. So the DNA markers that Esau is claiming from Israel, to make themselves part of the Kohanim or the Loya, the Levites, right? The Kahanim, they basically are putting themselves in situations where they stole our DNA, right? And put it in the logs as theirs. But they found the people that actually have that DNA, or a sect of the people that actually share that DNA in one place, right? They're the Limba tribe. They're a bunch of Levites. So, yeah, now they can't hide it. And that's one tribe that they're trying to let slide in as a Southern Kingdom tribe of black people. But everybody else, like in West Africa, that they know are claiming to be Israelites, they've basically forced them to be the Northern Kingdom people. That's why you go to West Africa, you hear them talk about they might be Ephraim or Gad is over there or something like that. That's because his people, as he's about to tell you, they've already been over there to teach them who they are, right? So,
like, black people or Africans are the real Jews, and we're just these like European Jews or
fake Jews
or new Jews or something.
New Jews. So here's the thing, like there are African groups that claim to be Israelite tribes. We actually visited one. There was we took a trip as part of a mission to Nigeria. A lot of Igbo people believe they're a lost tribe of Israel. And so we actually made a connection because we're Rhode Island, and Rhode Island does these things where like the Igbo people of Nigeria and the Rhode Island Jewish community connected, and they sent a couple of tribal elders here. And then we went to the Igbo land in Nigeria, me and my friend Shai Afsai, who led the trip, and my wife Naomi. It was a great time of and they're doing a Jewish thing there in Nigeria. And so like, that's real, like that's legit. There's some people who think that.
So, they're letting you know that we're real, right? It's a legit thing. Yeah, y'all hit the like button when y'all come in the building, Baba Kashai. Trying to get these numbers back up. Feel me? But so as you see, there is a set to the community, the Jewish community that does accept us, right? This is another guy who we're gonna be doing a video on soon, right? That we did in the past. Rudy Rockman. He's actually going on a mission to try to unite us and the Jewish community, right? He's one of the people that got in contact with Kanye West after we started watching our videos and claiming that we're the Israelites, right? He's probably one of the people that got Kanye West to kind of stand down and start liking Jewish people again, because he's got a way with words. He's got like the gift of gab, so to speak, right? And he's been able to get a lot of the so-called black Jews on his side when it comes to trying to unite with the white Jews, right? And now there's other white Jews that have now jumped on this bandwagon, which Sister Aquieta, Nadab's wife, right? She basically put us in a situation where she sent me a video that is gonna tie in with what you're about to see Rudy Rockman talk about here. So check this out.
A lot of Black Hebrew Israelites, they'll tell you about how when they were coming to their identity, they came to Jews, us, people like us, and said, "Hey, I'm Jewish too. I just found out who I am. Help me like reconnect to my identity."
Right.
And the majority of the responses that they were met with was, "Go away. You're not Jewish. There's no way. That's insulting. No way."
Right.
And they want to have that conversation. And who's the only person having that conversation? Not us. Farrakhan. And so they lead themselves into the ideas of Farrakhan.
That's not true, by the way. Farrakhan he got the conversation he's having from us, right? Rudy Rockman is he's sadly mistaken when he thinks that we're getting our ideas from the Nation of Islam. That's not true. Nation of Islam got their ideas from our elders, right? The commandment keepers and the elders of One West, right? Brothers like, Farrakhan and what's the other dude?
Which
the
one?
Muhammad dude, the one that died. Khalid Muhammad, right?
Khalid,
however the hell you say the nigga name, the dark skinned, black skinny nigga that's dead, right?
Yeah.
He was going to classes before he died, and he was basically trying to steal the whole thing that our elders was teaching, right? And make it seem like the Nation of Islam was the one coming up with that knowledge, but he was sitting in our classes learning that stuff, right? Brothers got pictures of him and stuff like that. The Wu-Tang Clan, when they was making raps about being Israelites and stuff like that, the Poor Righteous Teachers, all them dudes, the band Brand Nubian, they all was sitting in Israelite classes in New York. You know what I'm saying? So we got pictures of them at Passover and stuff like that. So, that's where brothers got the information from, our elders, so to speak.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
What they do is, these people love to twist their words. They tell a little bit of truth with a lot of lie. Because didn't he say that he said Black Hebrew Israelites, what you're saying, you're already debunking what he's saying. But there were some of our people, or I should say not here in America, but maybe over in Africa, who did go to the Jewish man because they wanted to be a part of Judaism. It wasn't that they were they were like, oh, we are now the Israelites, so we got to come to you and let you confirm it. It wasn't like that. And that's the slickness with his tongue. You got to watch that. So the mix up is that, there were some of our people over there in Africa who, understood that they may be part of the 12 tribes, and they did go to, and that's why you have some of our brothers who were caught up in Judaism. You got like Amari Stoudemire, I'm just using from over here, but from over there in the northern regions, of Africa, you have a lot who are in Judaism and not in actually claiming or represent themselves as being Israelites by blood. So,
well, yeah, the reason why though is what I was trying to say. The class that we're gonna be teaching next week, it's because Rui Rockman, his people, and the dude that we saw before, they've been sending, missions of Jewish people to West Africa to make these people be Jewish. You know what I'm saying? They find out they want to be Israel, right? They found out they're Israelites. Like the first guy said in the first video, there's black people in Africa that claim to be Israelite tribes, right? He didn't say Jewish. He said Israelite tribes. He called himself Jewish, and then he said, we claim to be Israelite tribes. But notice when they say Israelite tribes, they're never talking about Judah, Benjamin, Levi, or at least Judah and Levi. They're always talking about the northern kingdom, right? So that's who they're trying to make us be. They know we have a claim to it. They know we can prove it now. So they're like, well, we want to stay who we are claiming to be. So you guys could be the 10 lost tribes, and we're going to be the southern kingdom. That's how they're trying to make this thing work.
And that they don't get exposed, which they already are. But they're trying to cover.
Yeah, I mean, they're already exposed, so they know that. But which is also why Rudy said in the video that, well, let me let him finish.
Which then manipulates them and says all sorts of horrible things that the Jews created slavery, blaming everything on the Jews, and corrupts their intention of wanting to connect and forces them to then reject.
If I'm not mistaken, we did that class, right? On the slave ships?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if y'all want to go back and watch that class on the slave ships, right? When we first started the channel, we basically proved that, Farrakhan wasn't lying. The Jewish people funded the slave trade, right? There's certain websites you could go on where you can look and see the slave ships, and you can see the people that funded the slave ships. You can see the people that own the slave ships, the people that were the captains of the slave ships. And when you look up these people, a lot of them have Jewish ancestors, right? Which would prove that that wasn't a lie. When you look up the owners of the banks that were insuring these people, they go back to Jewish families that now own banks that are real big in America, right? And other places. So that's just a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this off the screen because I'm tired of this thing looking like that.
Oh.
Now y'all gonna have to look at Kedar Iran.
All right. And not only that, but they also there's also a historical document that even when we came over here and we were sold into slavery, there were many, many Jewish slave masters. They will definitely try to denounce that, but it's already evident that there's many books. There's a book, I can't remember what it's called. I got to find that book. I'm going to pass it to you, Captain, that shows that a lot of the slave owners in the South were actually of Jewish, so-called Jewish descent. So, yeah, they want to hide that.
Yeah, still tripping. All right, so I'm gonna be Iran for the night, but
both of us
basically. so like, what we gonna go over now, right? Because it's a video I'm gonna show you guys where this Jewish guy is literally saying that they don't believe in the Bible. It's just stories, right? When there's a black man that's an Israelite, former football player, who we'll talk about later on and stuff like that. But he's basically in a little debate, and he's going to talk about how there's a sector of the Israelite community, let's just put this out there before we get started, that thinks that the white man, Esau, is also Japhet, which don't make no damn sense because Esau doesn't come from Japhet, right? So he can't be both, dummies. But what the situation is, and yes, I'm going to call you that because you're supposed to know the Bible. Can't speak like you know the Bible and then say stuff like Japhet and Esau come from the same people. That's not true. You can't say the white man is not Shem because Esau would be a Shemite. So they would be Shemitic, right? Or Semitic, however you want to call it. But the thing is, they're not the only people from Shem, right? So-called the Arabs would be from Shem, Ishmael's from Shem, right? Because Arabs are a mix of Ishmael and Esau. Right? Asians are Shem for the most part, if they're not the Japhetite types like a lot of people think the Samoans and stuff like that. I personally think that they are not Israel. I think they're Japhet. It says that Japhet would be an intensive Israel, right? And a lot of them Samoans and stuff, they act like niggas. That's because they, in the tents. So they act like us. They've been around us and stuff like that. Some of them grow up in the hood, all that type of stuff, but they're not exactly our people, right? But yeah, Ammon, Moab, they will be Shemites, all that type of stuff, right? Japhet and Shem and Ham were all so-called black people, right? There wasn't a white son from Noah. That didn't happen. So that sect of the Israelites that think that Japhet is white people, y'all are wrong, right? White people are Edomites. Japhet was black or melanated, if you will, right? Just like the rest of Noah's sons. Esau just happened to take over the land of Japhet in mass number first. So he assumed the identity of the people of Japhet. When you look up the original Greeks, they were melanated people, right? But now when you look up Greeks, you see white people, so-called. It's because they took their identity, just like they assumed ours, right? So anyway, watch this last video before we get into the topic, because this is the video that sister sent me, but it actually makes sense because now you see the thing that happened with Kyrie, the thing that happened with Kanye. It's a lot of people coming into the truth and finding out about the Israelites now. And well, Jewish people are trying to find a way to get ahead of it. So they're teaching their own doctrines, trying to go to Africa and make mission trips to try to make our brothers and sisters over there not catch on to what we teach here in America, right? And they're trying to basically get them on their side, so to speak. So check this out.
From the Jewish community to the black community. Right now, the world is trying to pin us against each other. And I want to let you know, hear it from me first, a Jew, that we have nothing but love, respect, and admiration for you, for your people, for your culture, and for your beautiful community.
So why you won't let us be Israelites?
We wish nothing but the best and nothing but good. And we hope that you feel the same about us.
We hope that you would get the hell out of our land.
God bless you.
He will.
God bless all the nations of the world for
He won't.
that matter. We should hear good news. We should hear peace. We should hear.
We will. The meek shall inherit the earth, and the heathen shall be the slaves to the meek.
Love. Because that is what God is about.
That's facts. That is what God is about. But with that being said, y'all see the point, right? So he's trying to get us in a situation where, goodness gracious. He's trying to get us in a situation where, we're in a place where we're able to accept the fact that there's these white people claiming to be our brothers and sisters, or us even, right? And well, we should just sit back and accept that, because the world's trying to put us against each other, and really we could coexist with each other, right? Live peaceably with all men. No, that's not what that means. Those are not the men we're supposed to live peaceably with. So, let's just get to the point. So, like I was saying, there's a sect of the community, the Jewish people, that know for a fact that we are the Israelites, and they've just tried to discontinue from half of the Bible, right? There's a Messiah for the black man, the real Jew, who's Yahushua, right? They call him Jesus, Yeshua, Yahusha, whatever you want to call it, right? We call him Yahushua. That's the true name. So Yahushua, Hamashiach, the Messiah, right? Or Christ, if you will. He's in a situation where, well, he has a people that are claiming to be his people, but the majority of them don't believe in him because they know that he's not actually coming to save them, right? So they've tied themselves to the Bible, but from a person of the Bible that doesn't have anything to do with the prophecies and the promises, right? Or the land, so to speak, that they claim to be in, right? Or that they claim to own, that their land claimed to, which is Israel, right? So the brother, well, I was going to say the only brother on screen, but I think the dude in the top left corner is a brother too. So guy in the bottom left corner, right, that you can clearly see is a brother. He is a former football player that rose with what's that brother name? The dude that got the community and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Knock. I don't know if you're on mute or not. If you're trying to talk.
You said the football player? Did he play what, NFL, professional?
No. I'm not talking about him. He doesn't have a community. He rolls with the guy that does. It's a light-skinned bald nigga that got a community of white folks, black folks. We did a class on it.
I can't remember.
He talked like an Edomite. Everybody said he is an Edomite because his granddaddy or something like
the Pastor Dow.
Yeah, Pastor Dow. There you go.
Yeah.
So this guy rolls with Pastor Dow. He lives in his community, right? Well, part of his church or whatever. Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah. Pastor Duck Monkey. So
quack, quack.
Pastor Geo. No, let me stop. So brother is in a situation where Dow has a whole community, right? Of Israelites and other people. And this brother is part of that community. So the video is basically the brother getting into a debate with the Jewish boy over here in the blue shirt on the bottom right hand corner, right? The real pasty looking white boy. So the white boy basically is going to say that he's from Ashkenaz, right? He's an Ashkenazi Jew. So there's different sects of the Jewish community. There's the Sephardic Jews, there's Mizrahi Jews, which are like the opposite of the Ashkenazi Jews. And then there's the Ashkenazi Jews, which are the ones that everybody knows about, right? The ones from Poland, Russia, and all that type of stuff. The Sephardic Jews are the ones that claim to be in, like, you know, they're the ones that held true to the traditions and they scattered and stuff. And the Mizrahi Jews, they're the ones that went everywhere in the Middle East and stuff, so to speak. They claim to still kind of be black-ish. So, but yeah, before we play the video, just to give you guys a breakdown, that guy's going to say that he's Ashkenazi, and the black guy's going to basically do what we would do if we ever got a chance to talk to any of these people, and well, grill him on how Ashkenaz has nothing to do with the promises of the Bible. So this has to be discussed, and the white guy is going to let it be known that his people don't even believe the Bible, so it has nothing to do with that anyway, because the Bible's just stories. It has nothing to do with genetics, which doesn't make any sense, because we all know that the biblical people called the Israelites are only known because of the Bible. Right? Which would mean that their genetics and the land that they claim state claim to rather, and anything about them and everything about them has to be validated with the Bible, the book that they come from, that we know them from and for. So without further ado, let's see what they got to say.
The Bible isn't real history. We know that. It's stories.
Oh, damn. I didn't even start there. But now you see the point, right? So hold on a second.
And you freely on here for the whole world to hear admit that you're Ashkenaz, right? So anybody that can process, anybody that can research, could go right and say, where did Ashkenazi Jews come from? And when they research it, they're going to find out that Ashkenaz did not come from Shem. They came from Japheth. There's 3 lines that you have to come from. You're coming from Ham.
Hold on, my bad. I don't know why I be doing this. They be trying to do me dirty. It ain't mess up the whole time I was on the class on Sunday, right? But as soon as Monday come around, they want to mess up my computer and stuff. It's crazy how they do this shit to me every week.
Maybe you should come back on screen.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
You coming from Shem?
When I come back on screen, I'm gonna be frozen again. Watch.
Or you coming from Japheth? And you admitted you're an Ashkenazi Jew, which I believe. But you came from the line of Japheth. If you go back,
that's not relevant, though. It's not even relevant. It's not relevant at all. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm Jewish or not. It's not relevant.
Hold on, bro. I listen to you.
Hold on. Let me see. We'll see if me coming back on screen does anything.
I listen to you. It is relevant because when you use a word like anti-Semitic, that is coming from being anti against the line of Shem. Brother, hold on, bro. I never cut you off.
No, I know. But I'm saying, if I use the word anti-Semitism, would you rather say like anti-white Jew? Would you rather say that? Okay.
This is the stuff that happens. This is the ignorance that goes forth. When the truth starts to come out, it gets suppressed. This is what they're trying to do to Kyrie. They want to suppress this level of truth that's in that movie. I actually know the man personally. They wrote the books and did the movie. I know him personally. I've had him for years. But if you do any research yourself, you're admitting you're Ashkenaz, and I believe you. But when you look up where did Ashkenazi Jews come from, what line are they from?
See, I don't believe it, right? Ashkenazi Jews are not Ashkenaz. That's one of the lines that they stole when they went over there to Europe and, took the land. They was pretending to be people from Cyprus. They was pretending to be Midianites. They was pretending to be the Greeks. They was pretending to be everybody, right? And once they became Jewish people, right, they went into the Bible. You can find this in the book, the 13th Tribe. They looked up the place that they were, the biblical name for the place that they were at, and they found it was Ashkenaz. So they called themselves Ashkenazi Jews. Their understanding of the Bible was so crappy that they didn't even realize they should have went through the line of Shem to find a name to attach themselves to. Which is why when they realized the mistake they made, they dropped Ashkenaz or Ashkenazi as a term for them to be called and just call themselves Jewish, right? They were Ashkenazi Jews and now they're Jewish. It's because they realized that that was a fake term to use. This guy and his family obviously didn't catch on to that because, well, when you convert to something, everybody doesn't end up following the same rules throughout time. So his family might have fallen away from the group of converts that caught on to them not being, Ashkenaz. So he's still calling himself an Ashkenazi Jew, but there's other people that aren't, right? So it's like, that's how confusing the Jewish community is. They're even confused.
They came from the seed of Japhet. So that does not make them Shemitic or Semitic. And that's where the problem comes. That's why he's saying, how could I be anti-Semitic when I know who I am? I am from the line of Shem. So how can I be against myself? That's what he's saying. And now Jews will say, like you just said, well, that's irrelevant. That doesn't matter. Yes, it does, because now truth is being presented to the world. And Jews don't want that truth out there, because that word anti-Semitic would have zero power when they realize the people using it are not Semitic. They're not.
See, that's why I don't like certain brothers teaching, because when you get the wrong teaching, certain things don't come out right. The white man, like I said, would be Semitic. They're not from Shem, right? Goodness gracious, that joke was terrible. But they're not from Shem. So, what we have to do is get the understanding that they are Shemites, but there's more than one Shemite than just, the Israelites. Hebrews are not the only, hell, really, all of them would be Hebrews, if you want to be real. We're not the only Hebrews. A lot of you black people like to say that. Like, yeah, I'm a Hebrew. Well, Esau could technically say he a Hebrew too, because they came from Jacob people, right? And Jacob people was the Hebrews. So we're the same people. Huh? Well, Jacob people is Abraham. Abraham is Jacob people. Right?
No,
Jacob and Esau brothers. So I'm saying Jacob people is Esau brothers. So Jacob is, Jacob people is Isaac people. Isaac people is Abraham people. And I'm saying they are Esau people too, because Esau is Jacob's little brother. I mean, well, big little brother, if you, so to speak. Right? He came out first, but we the big brother. Right? We the firstborn, if you understand what I'm saying. So, but like, yeah. So that's the gist. I just wanted y'all to understand that before we move on with the video, right? They're not actually from Japhet, even though this brother has that understanding. His understanding is skewed and flawed. They're not Japhet. They cannot be Japhetites, because that would be saying that Noah had a white son, and the Bible doesn't say any of his kids were cursed with leprosy or anything like that. There was no reason for them to be, right? I'm not going to be one that says Noah had wicked kids, because they don't say that. Maybe some kids came from Noah's kids was wicked, but yeah, that's I'm gonna leave that there. So
from Shem, do you know who
I'm telling you, that's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with genetics. It has nothing to do with real history. It's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant.
Did y'all hear what he just said? I'm sorry. Did y'all hear what he just said? He said it has nothing to do with real history. That's what he just said.
The Bible isn't real history. We know that. It's stories.
Where do you get? Hold on. What does the word anti-Shemitic mean, then, my friend? What does it mean?
A Semite is from. It's very easy.
Where does Semite come from?
It does, again, like It's
It's a
irrelevant.
line of people.
Let's
But you
say-
just hold on.
So the Bible is fake. The Bible is just stories, but they're using a word that comes from the Bible, but don't want to believe in the Bible.
Right.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But that's also why I say if we're gonna hold them to the Bible, we gotta hold them to the biblical identities. Authentically. It's impossible for Japhet to be a white person. It's not impossible for Esau to take the line of Japhet because that was Esau's blessing. Take everything by the sword, right? He's the type of person that when he takes something, he changed the times, the seasons, the place, the names, everything, right? So that's what it is. That's what he did. So, but there's no way that they're Japhetites. They are Shemites. No way that they're Japhet. They are fake Jews. No way that they're Jews, but there's also no way that they're Japhet. So, we got to get that understanding right as a people so that we could properly dismantle their identity. We can't have half of us saying they're Edomites, half of us saying they're Japhet, because that's two different people, two different lines, like this guy's trying to say. Esau is from the line of Shem. So is the white man Edomite or is he a Japhetite from Ashkenaz? Is the white man Ashkenazi or is he Esau, Idumea, right? Which one is it? Ashkenaz isn't spoken of as the devil that the Bible speaks of. He ain't do nothing in the Bible.
Hold on. You just said it. You just said it. I heard the word. The Bible is not real history.
No, it's not real.
But
Of course
the
it's
word,
not real.
the anti-Semitic comes from the Bible.
No, it comes from a word that's in the Bible.
I got you.
Yeah, anti-Semitic comes from a word that's in the Bible, right? What's it say? So is he referring to saying they aren't Shem because the name Ashkenaz is a Japhetic name? Yes, that's what the black guy is trying to say. The black guy is trying to say that white people are not Shem because they're Ashkenazi, and Ashkenaz is from Japhet. He's not understanding that they can't be Japhet and Esau, because he also would call them Edomites, right?
Right.
A white person can't be Japhet and Esau at the same time. That's not possible, right? And a white person can't be Japhet because it never said that Japhet was white.
Right. That
Japhet
part.
wasn't red like a hairy garment. Ashkenaz wasn't red like a hairy garment. Esau was, though, right?
They tend to forget that part right there. You see, you have no description of what Japhet looked like.
It's because there was no need to. I mean, you do. His name is a description. He was beautiful.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And we know
they're supposed to be an attractive people, Japhet, right? So, like, I mean, what the hell is attractive about these people? Be like, come on, bro. Let's be real.
Woo.
Let's be real. Yafat, Yapat, right? Means beautiful, bro. That's what the name means, right? You call your girl Yapa, Yapat, Yafat, Japhet. It's beautiful. The male rendition of the name. So handsome, so to speak, right? Let's say that. He was a guy. So they supposed to be a beautiful, handsome people. That's what Japhet is, right? So yeah, yeah, exactly. I ain't want to say it, but it's what it is. So yeah. Let's just keep it going. See what else they're gonna say before we get the precepts.
Okay. All right. So you use a Bible term to defend yourself as a people, but we don't believe in the Bible.
I'm not using the.
I want people to understand. I want people to make sense of this.
I'm saying if you don't like the term anti-Semitic.
No.
And you see how he's deflecting? Because he can't answer why they use a biblical term but don't actually believe in the Bible. This is proof they don't believe in the Bible, right? It's not just him. All of them would consider themselves, and they would all explain it the same way, right? If they don't like the term Ashkenazi, they're going to be Jewish. But when you ask them, how long they've been Jews or anything like that, why they didn't make it to the land, via the prophecy, they'll tell you that that's just stories. None of that had to really happen. Meanwhile, the real Israelites are waiting since the time of, you could go to back 500 years ago. Montezuma is telling Cortez stories of us waiting, right? 600 years ago now, I guess, of us waiting for the Messiah to come and get us, right? You go to West Africa, there's stories from the Tariq al-Fatash and the stories of the Beni Israel, right? Where they're telling the Dutch slave masters and stuff like that, that they're waiting on the Messiah to come and save them. There's stories that these Israelites are waiting on a Messiah. Meanwhile, the Jewish people just waited on the Balfour Declaration, which we'll go into in this video. All right. So, as we see, they use a biblical term that, they don't even believe in the biblical term. They just use it because, well, it's a term that's convenient for them to use, right? It's a term that's been labeled basically only for them. It was anti-Jewish. Now it's anti-Semitic, right?
Salakia.
So, because if you go, hold on a second. If you go back to like the 90s or whatever, right? Early 90s, back when NWA was around and they got with the Jewish boy as the manager, right? Back when they first started getting defamed and people was talking about their manager and stuff, he had to call the Anti-Jew League because the Anti-Defamation League wasn't around yet, right? After the Anti-Defamation League became the Anti-Defamation League, they made the name or the word Semitic a big thing. And that's when they started using the word anti-Semitic and coining that as to mean the same thing as anti-Jewish, right? So they made Jewish mean Semitic. So the whole line of Shin became just Jewish people. Go ahead, Ak.
Well, we have to understand also that they use this term. They don't believe in the Bible. Many of these so-called Jewish people are atheists, don't believe in God at all whatsoever. But that title of Jewish gives them some form of, I would say, world privilege, because the Jewish man is looked at as the one who owns the corporations, the media and all this. So having that term kind of puts them at a certain status. So though they don't believe in the Bible, they'll take on that name because it gives them status, or they feel it gives them status. So just want to bring that out, Cap.
Yeah. Anti-Semitic. So we almost done watching it. We're gonna get the precepts and get up out of here in a minute.
No, brother.
No.
And I'm gonna go over the Balfour Declaration so y'all can see that again.
If you don't like it to refer to Jewish people, okay. I don't believe that, but
I'm Semitic. I know I am. I know who I am. So I don't have a problem with it. The problem is
you do though, because you don't like the term. They didn't. The people who don't like Jews are not referring to you though. They're not referring to you.
They are, because they're using my line. I'm from the Shemitic line.
And that's the thing that they don't like, right? Well, that's something that they try to use, but that's not true. Because when the KKK, right, who's a group of people that don't like Jews, when they were having their little riots when Trump was president, right, and they were talking about black people in America, they were saying the Jews will not replace us.
Yep.
They weren't talking about white people. There's not enough of them fake Jews over here to replace anybody. They can't even replace the damn Asian people here, right? Can't replace the Hawaiians. It's not enough of them. So, like, the only Jews they could have been talking about are the ones you see everywhere, right? It's black people in the country now. There's black people in the cities. It's black people in the middle of nowhere. It's niggas in Montana and Wyoming. When that happens, we everywhere. We ain't no damn 13% of the population. We probably already outnumbered them. I wouldn't be surprised.
We do.
I wouldn't be surprised, because you got to think, right? You got to think. They say that we're 13% of the population. America has the most prisoners of any country on the planet Earth, and the majority of the prisoners are blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
So we have more prisoners than any other population on the planet. The majority of them are our people, and you still see our people every freaking place that you go in America. So make that make sense. We have to be outnumbering them already, right? Because we're in places that we didn't used to be in. I know, because I be driving around the good old South, right? Where the good old racist white folks still live, still fly their KKK and they Southern rebel flags high and proud, right? They drive their little ugly 1992 Ford pickup trucks with the mud flaps on them and stuff.
Right.
And they got the big old flags and stuff hanging out the windows and everything, mean mugging you when they walk by with the straw in their mouth. And well, a next door neighbor's a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Didn't used to be like that. So that's the type of stuff that's happening now. That's how I know that we're actually out there more prevalently. So to get back on topic, right? They would be talking about us when the people that hate Jews, talk about hating Jews. They're actually talking about us, right? And like I said, proof of that in America was when all them people that hate Jews was referring to us as Jews while they were doing their chants with the pitchforks and the fires in their hand and stuff, torches.
They know who we are. They know who we are, right?
Right. When David Duke, who was running for president, former ringmaster and leader of the KKK, came out and said, "Black people, don't be mad at us." When the NFAC came out, the Not Effing Around coalition, right, with the black dude Jam Master Jay with the guns. Right, remember them during COVID? Huh? So when they popped on the scene, the white folks kind of got worried because they didn't know we was actually going to actually fight. They realized that they was just a marching group with a bunch of guns after a while. But at the beginning, when nobody knew who these niggas was, David Duke actually went on YouTube and told black people he knows we the Jews and that we shouldn't be mad at regular white people. We should be mad at the people that stole our identity, the Jewish people. He actually said that. You could probably find it on YouTube still, right? Because we did a video back when the junk happened. Just the tunnel got taken down and stuff. So like that happened. So it's not like the people that hate Jews never refer to us when they talk about Jews. They've even spoken about y'all and told us that y'all the ones that stole our identity because we the real Jews, right? Their leader has said that to us. So I just wanted to put that out there. There's definitely instances where people, white people, right, or people that hate Jews in general, have referred to us as Jews and used the word Jew or Israelite in reference to us and not just the fake ones, the issues.
Right.
They didn't kill 6 million people in the Holocaust. It didn't happen.
Right.
It didn't happen. And you know that.
Let me ask you this. How many of my people you think got killed in the transatlantic slave trade?
Irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Damn.
Y'all see that?
Damn.
6 million people got killed in the Holocaust. Yes, I said it.
Yep.
Y'all already got me on Canary Mission, so it don't matter. So 6 million people get caught up in the Holocaust, and then we end up in a situation where, before the 6 million people, it was only 1 million. That's why we call it that, right? The numbers drastically went up. But we had 79 million Native Americans die, estimation, which means it's usually more because they don't count the bodies that went overboard for the Native Americans. Then you had 100 million African Americans die just in between coming to the Americas and Africa. Not counting all the dead bodies in the Americas, right? On every single plantation when they cross the street, the ones that got hung in the woods, the ones that got hung during Jim Crow, the one that got stabbed during Jim Crow, the ones that got beaten and eaten by the dogs during Jim Crow and the alligators and all that type of stuff, just during Jim Crow. Not counting the ones during slavery. It's probably way more than 100 million people that have died, right? Just from Southern Kingdom, right? In a couple years. So like not even the whole span of slavery. So that's something we have to understand. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's also point out, which they don't like to bring this up, but it's true because you can look this up. All right, they'll say 6 million, right? Well, all right, fine. We know that there were hundreds of millions of our people, of our ancestors that died on the way to America, crossing the Atlantic. But let's go back to the war, right? Germany was fighting against Russia. How many of the Russians died? It was over 6 million. There was about 9 to 11 million of the Russians that died during World War II. So what about
that was World War II? That was a war, so it don't count.
Well, what I'm saying is that the 6 million is supposed to have happened during this time, right? During the time of World War II. So what I'm saying is that the Russians had a number in between 9 and 11 million, somewhere around there, which is more than the 6 million. So what about their Holocaust? So
yeah,
just bringing that point out. Because, right.
They would say it's a war. It's irrelevant. They're supposed to die. They're fighting. We were killed against our will. That's what he's going to say. How are you guys killed, but all of you made it to Israel?
That's right.
Make that make sense. How it already wasn't that much of you. You were a subjugated and, destroyed people, impoverished. And then all of you niggas made it to Israel in New York, in Georgia. Right?
Right. That's right.
Don't make no sense. If that's the case, it should be way less than y'all. A way smaller number of you guys around the world than it is now. If that many of you died, because according to you guys, there already wasn't that many of y'all, right? White folks hate Jewish people, is what you guys say. So they was trying not to be you guys, right? You had all these exiles. A lot of y'all got exiled to Africa, so most of y'all should be niggas now, right? That's what the history says. All the ones that was in Spain and Portugal basically got sent to the Africas, right? North Africa and West Africa. So would you guys still look like you, or y'all gonna look like us? Was it even you guys, or was it us? Right? Those are the questions people have been asking. So
another thing is that number 6 million.
6 million ain't crap. We had 100 million people at least die on the way here.
There were 6 million of them that were around. I got some. You know what? I think I'm going to bring up a class about that 6 million. I find it interesting because they've been using that number way before they started bringing it out about the Holocaust. That number 6 million.
I think it was 6, right? First it was 600,000, then it was 1 million, then it was 6 million.
Right, but you're right. They've changed the numbers many times, but that number 6 always sticks with them. And I'm not gonna. I don't have information today, but right now. But I got some information that I'm gonna bring out.
A Jewish Man series.
Right. There we go.
I hate people anyway, so that's fine. But yeah. Let's see if we're gonna get like maybe 2 more minutes out of this, and then we're gonna get to precepts.
You're just doing whataboutism. It's irrelevant. They didn't kill you because of your race. They didn't.
Now that's false, because we've now seen the history, right? When you go look up the Tariq al-Fatash, you go look up the Bilad al-Sudan, you go look up any of the documents that explain why those white people were taking us into slavery. You go look up the documents from King James and them that we were bringing up, right? Everybody knew we were the Israelites, right? And they all had their own reasons as to why they're trying to pick us up. So, but everybody knew who we were. That's the reason why things like the Negro Land map were created, right? That map from West Africa, I'm about to go back off screen. That map from West Africa that shows you, it's called Negro Land. It shows you where the Israelites are stationed at in West Africa. And when you zoom in on it, it tells you there's different kingdoms of Judah and Benjamin and Levi and this, that, and the third, right?
Right.
And they have names of places that go back to Israelite tribes, all these different pinpointed kingdom, places with Hebrew Israelite names and stuff like that. So all type of different stuff like that, right? And then they went to those places, they picked us up, and then they sold us, right? They went to places where Asika Muhammad was at, who was one of the rulers of West Africa, and he was kicking people out that didn't want to convert to Islam, right? Once he came in contact with the Dutch people, he just said, hey, it's a group of Jews over here that won't convert. Why don't you just go pick their ass up? And they did, right? And there was 7 Israelite elders. I like to tell you all the time, none of them Jews, none of them African people had any Israelite names. Well, there were 7 elders from Asika Muhammad's place in the Songhai Empire, right? It's very famous. All you Afrocentrics read all about it and stuff like that in school, right? But nobody in their right mind is actually, putting it out there where you can see the fact that those people are Israelites, right? Hey, Shalom, sister Enright. She's the one that sent us the video that we watched earlier. But so like that's the main thing I want you guys to see and understand here, right? This guy would make it seem like the stuff that we went through is irrelevant. It don't matter. But the little 6 million people supposedly that they had that died, that used to be a million, and before that was 600,000. Those people all mattered. But the millions and millions and millions of Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans that were killed by their people and insured by their people that they got paid for, right? Well, y'all don't mean a damn thing. your plight was irrelevant because in their mind they weren't killing you because you were Jews. Meanwhile, his people really weren't killed because they were Jews either. If you listen to Hitler's words, they were killed because they were pretending to be Jews, who even Hitler knew was the black man. All right? So, yeah. Let's get.
But you because of the race. They enslaved you, but not.
No problem.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
I think the people can see where the issue lies. When the real facts hit the table, the instant word from your mouth multiple times has been it's irrelevant.
I didn't want to do an argument like this, like, because I knew you would come against me. We're never going to agree.
If you actually notice, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not amped up about it. I'm saying to you, there's ignorance surrounding the word anti-Semitic. And the ignorance is when the truth about that word comes out, Jews want to suppress it. Ashkenazi Jews like yourself, Sephardim Jews like your brethren, they want to suppress that. They don't want that level of truth coming out. And you want to suppress that truth because you will get on here and you just said it. The Bible's not real. It's not real history. You know what? It's my history, though. It is real history. You don't see it.
It's not.
But it's a Hebrew book. It is.
No, it's not. All right. So.
Because he says so? Wow.
Hey, get Sirach 24 and 23. Right? They don't believe the Bible. We believe the Bible because, well, it is our spirits that bear witness that we are the children of the living God. That's what it is. Right? They don't have a living God. Man, this is crazy. I'm Kadar Haran. So
both of us.
But like they don't have a living God. So they don't have a God, period. They don't have power. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Their power is money. That's their power, right? Their power, Satan.
That's right.
Right. So, but Satan works for the Most High. So
that's right.
They technically still don't have a power. So Sirach 24:23. Because the Jewish man says that the Bible is not real. But Moses, who they all are supposed to believe in, who also comes from where not?
Say that. I'm sorry. I missed what you said.
Where does Moses come from? Where do we know Moses from?
Oh, it comes from the Bible, of course. It comes from our book, our history book.
Damn.
That's right.
So if it was no Bible, would there be a Moses in history? But all you Jewish people believe in Moses.
They sure do.
You have your Kohanim, right? What the hell are they priest of if it wasn't the stuff that Moses gave?
Right.
Isn't Moses from the Bible? Isn't the stuff Moses gave from the Bible?
Every day.
Read that, Ak.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24 and 23. All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded, for an unto the congregations of Jacob.
So Moses, Moshe, Masha, right? He commanded this book that y'all don't believe in to the whole congregation of Israel. That's all 12 tribes. So the 12 tribes are supposed to believe in this book. We're supposed to hold fast to it throughout our generations. We're supposed to teach it to our children throughout our generations, right? At the dinner table before they go to sleep, all of that stuff that the Most High commanded Moses to tell us in the book of Deuteronomy, right?
That's right.
He gave us laws in the book of Leviticus, right? He gave us laws in the book of Numbers. Ways to number ourselves and all type of different things, right? There's a story of the Exodus, how we left our first captivity and became the people that we are. But y'all don't believe none of that stuff. Wow. Calling yourself the people that come from that book and, were made from those stories while living in the land that the people from that book have to live in, to claim because of that book, right? You don't have a claim to the land of Israel unless you're the people that claim the Bible, right? Right? So, right quick, give me Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 6, because something that we got to understand, a reason why, these people don't really believe the Bible is because They're in the land on accident, right? Well, not accident, so to speak, but they're not really supposed to be there, right?
Right.
Read that when you get it.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
Right.
And
so
I will
when you look
cut
up,
off.
Salaki, when you look up Ashdod, Ashdod is in Israel, right? Still to this day. So a bastard dwelling in Ashdod, the bastard that dwells there, right? The son with no father, so to speak, is, well, that's Esau, the white man, right? Not Japhet. Esau. Because Esau was one of the sons of Isaac, right?
That's right.
But the promise that was given from the Most High was only given to one of Isaac's seeds, right? In Isaac's seed shall thy name be called, right? Not seeds. So the one seed it was given to was Jacob, which means the other child didn't have a father. He became a bastard. That would be Esau, right? Which is why this says a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. And what's going to happen after that? When that bastard moves in?
And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
That's right. He's going to cut off the pride of the Philistines or the Palestinians, right? Because these people have been, well, claiming our land too while it was empty. And now they had Esau move in and basically kick them to the corners of the lot, right? Now y'all got the Free Palestine campaigns and stuff like that going on because their pride was cut off, right? They took pride in our land. What the Bible say? That all these people cast lots in our land. They allotted our land, right?
That's right.
At some point, we're going to get to take that back. But the main people we're going to take it back from is this dude without no damn daddy. Esau, the bastard, right? And we're going to treat him like he ain't got no daddy. We're going to treat him like he's not our brother, right? Because he broke the brotherly covenant. He sold us to Ham.
That's right.
Amos talks about that, right? So, like, the book, Sirach explains to us that this whole book is the heritage of the Israelites, right? Give me Psalm 94:1. Because what we got to understand, we have the heritage, but Esau has stolen it, right? The heritage rightfully belongs to us, but it's been stolen by our brother. The Bible talks about that. They're afflicting us, but they're also afflicting our heritage. Because there's things that they're doing with the heritage that we never would have done. They have the biggest gay parade that happens in Israel every year, right?
Man.
Like you said, a lot of them Jewish people over there are atheists, right? They don't believe in the Messiah. They're in the land. They shave their heads and wear these little curly cute things. Curly fries. All right? Go ahead. Bring that out.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 94, starting at verse 1. Lord God, to whom vengeance belongeth, O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render a reward to the proud. Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph?
How long? Go ahead.
Verse 4. How long shall they utter and speak hard things? And
how long are they going to utter and speak hard things and act like, they the people of the book? Act like the stuff that the real Israelites went through, the trials and tribulations, the prophecies, like, Deuteronomy 28:68, they talk about us being sold to our enemies, right? Slavery, bondmen, bondwomen, no man shall save us, right? Oh, no, irrelevant. What? How? It's a prophecy in the Bible for the real Israelites. When did it happen to you, cracker boy? Right? How is it irrelevant? It happened to the real people, and it's prophecy in the book. Oh, it's irrelevant because you don't believe in it. Right? Keep going.
Verse 4. How long shall they utter and speak hard things? And all the workers of iniquity boast themselves.
So how long are they going to speak these things and boast themselves against us, right? This is basically what Ezra was talking about. These people that have ever been reputed as nothing, they've now begun to be lords over us, right? How long this going to keep happening? Go ahead.
God. They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, and afflict thine heritage.
You see that? So they break in pieces us, right? Not just physically, but I mean, if you think about it, the doctrine, the way that they got our people basically being Jewish instead of Israelites, they're breaking them up mentally and spiritually. They're giving them the Kabbalah instead of the Torah, right? It's all different type of crap going on. There's Jewish rabbis now that are promoting the Quran. So you know what that means, right? Once that gets around, that means our brothers that are following the Jewish man, they're gonna be reading what? The Quran. Because the Jewish man got to find something to believe in. He doesn't believe in the Bible because the real Jews believe in the Bible, and we've woken up. We're taking it back. So they need a book that their ancestors wrote, and they're realizing what I've been trying to tell you this whole time. Esau is their brother. I mean, you know, Muhammad, they kin. It's their kinfolk, right? Ishmael told us Muhammad was a white man, red hair, right? Come from a cave, just like the people of Mount Seir, right? That's Muhammad. So now they out there reading the Quran. You could look that up on your own time. But once that happens, that's the book they're going to be pushing. They're afflicting our heritage, not just afflicting us as a people. They're making it look bad to be an Israelite. When you put that garment on, or you put them tzitzits on, and people associate you with these people, they look at you a certain way. Some of them that don't know nothing about the black people and Hispanic and Native Americans really being the Israelites, right? They think we're cooning almost, so to speak, because the way they look at these people is in such a negative light, because they've made it bad to be a Jew, or bad to be an Israelite, right? They've afflicted our heritage. So, we ain't got to read that one. Give me Jeremiah 16, right? So, something else that happened. They got to the land via the Balfour Declaration, right? They didn't actually get to the land, well, the way they were supposed to. The way the Bible prophesied. And the main reason why they don't hold true to what the Bible says is because, well, I'm going to go back off screen again. Looks like I'm going to be Qatar for a second. So, but hold on, what the hell is going on with this? Hold on, give me a second, guys. Crap is popping up all over my computer right now. Okay, so let me put this. I'm gonna show you guys the Balfour Declaration. We're gonna go over for a hot second. We'll start here. Right. So let me pull this up. Balfour Declaration, for those of you guys that don't know, this is the document that was used to well, to get Esau his spot in our land, right? Can y'all see that? Is it clear? Not, can you see that?
Yeah, can you zoom in a little bit?
I could try. Let me see. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. All right. So this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Harry Truman Library printout version of the Balfour Declaration, right? This is kind of hard to find now. I did this back in 2017, I think, 2018, something like that. and I did it on my cell phone, so I was able to write it. This is all from Snapchat. But basically, they have a printout, like a timestamp thing, where they give you the whole history of everything from like 1946 to 1948 or 49. And I basically, took some screenshots before they changed the library around after we did this lesson the first time. And, I keep it and I periodically bring this stuff out so that you guys could see that there was a systematic approach to how they were given the land, right? And this Balfour Declaration didn't just start in like 46. This is something that began in the 1800s. They were working on this for a very long time, right? Getting things together in other countries. It's no secret why, or it's no coincidence rather, why every Jewish person around the world, no matter where they came from, all have the same story of we were subjugated people, my family was in exile, and we were in this place and that place and this place and that place. It's because they even had embassies, so to speak, in all these different places. After this Balfour Declaration was enacted and they were given the land, they had embassies put up in all these different countries, and they were given the opportunity to learn the story, so to speak, that they were going to tell everybody else so that the story would make sense. There's a little school that they were taken to. They could learn whatever language that of the country they were going to. And, some of them were even taught Hebrew if they were going to Israel, so that they could be authentic in their claim to the land, right? Which is how this Yiddish Hebrew that they speak came about. Not contemporary Hebrew, but this Yiddish Hebrew that they speak, right? There's a difference. So the Yiddish Hebrew that they speak, the reason why so many of them, the Ashkenazi specifically, can speak it is because they were given schools to learn how to speak it before they were shipped to Israel, right? So that's just a little history. You can look that up, but it's also in this document here that we're going to read. So without further ado, I guess we're going to start here at December 2nd, 1947. So it says, President Truman writes to former Secretary of the Treasury, Henry Morgenthau Jr., encouraging him to tell his Jewish friends that it's time for the restraint and caution. The vote in the UN, right, Truman wrote, is only the beginning, and the Jews must now display tolerance and consideration for other people in Palestine with whom they will necessarily have to be neighbors. So he's basically preparing them. Yo, we about to get you guys up in here, right? But then Palestinians is going to be pissed off. So y'all going to have to hold some, y'all going to have to use caution and be careful because there might be a war when y'all get up in here because we're moving y'all in without their permission. And they've been living in this land for a long time. So they about to get some neighbors that they didn't know they was about to have. Right? So December 5th, 3 days later, Secretary of State George Marshall announces that the State Department is imposing an embargo on the shipments of the arms to the Middle East. We know what that is, what that means. So it's like, sanctions and stuff, the way America does, how they've been running forever, right? They do an embargo on the arms, on the shipments of arms to the Middle East, kind of like they was doing with Russia when they were sending stuff to Ukraine, right? Because that's a tactic that they used to be able to get ahead of the gun. What they did, they were also sending weapons to the Zionists to prepare them to be able to fight with these, Ishmaelites that are in the Middle East that didn't like the fact that they were moving into the land, right? So one of those people was the leader of the United Arab Union, who was Gamal Nasser, the president of Egypt at the time, who a couple years after this happened, he was the one that was enacting the war. Once they lost the war, he said that they would forever be fighting in the land and there would never be peace because the real Jews left black and they came back white, so they would not be accepted, right? Because they knew the real people of the land was us. So that's just something that was said after this war was enacted. But the reason why all that happened and the reason they lost is because of this embargo right here that started December 12, 1947. It's because the World Zionist Organization got with the United Nations to stop the arms shipments that were coming into Palestine and other places in the Middle East, the whole Middle East, right? February 4th, 1948. Chaim Wiseman. What that sound like? Chaim Wiseman, right? President of the Jewish Agency for Palestine. Jewish Agency for Palestine, not of Palestine, for Palestine. Words are important. This is the Jewish the Jewish Agency to take over Palestine. Right? We the Jewish agency that we're gonna put in Palestine. I'm the president of the Jewish Agency for Palestine and the World Zionist Organization. He arrives where? In their new American capital, New York. Right? February 12th, 1948. Secretary of Defense James Forrestal says at the meeting of the National Security Council that any serious attempt to implement partition in Palestine would set in motion events that would result in at least a partial mobilization of the United States Armed Forces, aka we gonna be going to war.
That's right.
If we move these crackers into this land, you know we're gonna have to fight. We ain't gonna be able to send these Jewish people in by themselves. We're gonna have to have at least a partial mobilization of the United States Armed Forces. Regulators, mount up. Right? Next slide. So this is April 11th, 1948. Excuse the writing I got here. I was teaching and crap on, yeah. So we'll start here. March 12th, 13th, and 14th, right? Counsel to the President Clark Clifford and Undersecretary of State Robert Lovett discussed the different views held in the White House and the State Department regarding whether the United States should recognize the Jewish state. So they were fighting over whether they should do this or not because they knew how big of a thing it would be. You're moving fake Jews to the land. There's people in the land now and live around the land that know these are not the real people, but we're still going to move them here and force these people to accept them. This could cause problems, right? That we weren't having at the time, aka wars, like the wars we've been having nonstop. The bombs that go to Israel every single damn day, from Iran, from Iraq, from Turkey, all different people, right? So everybody trying to take down Israel, it's all because of this stuff that happened right here, right? Yep. Which means Gamal was right. He might have been an Israelite because his prophecy was true. No plan. So, well, hey, can't call him man unclean. But it says, Department, whether they should recognize the Jewish state. Levitt reports to Clifford on May 14th that Marshall will never support nor oppose Truman's plan to recognize the Jewish state, that he will stay out of the entire matter. So Marshall basically says, instead of fighting, I'm gonna just let you do what you do, and I'm gonna, whatever happens, happens. So on the 13th, Chaim Wiseman, president of the Jewish Agency and all the, World Zionist people, writes to President Truman, I deeply hope that the United States, now watch this, right? This is how they do. They write these letters basically saying what they need and what they want, right? So he's going to explain what he needs and what he wants. What's that sound, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a notification.
Okay.
It's locking.
Okay. You good. But Chaim Wiseman, it says, I deeply hope that the United States, which under your leadership has done so much to find a just solution, right, to the Palestine situation, will promptly recognize the provisional government of the new Jewish state, right? So he's basically writing him a bribe letter. Yo, I hope y'all getting what y'all doing. I hope y'all doing what y'all supposed to be doing over there. You know what I'm saying? With the Palestine situation, and that you're going to quickly recognize this provisional government. Provisional. What that mean, Knock?
Provisional?
Mm-hmm. Can you Google that right quick?
Let me look that up real quick.
Words are important.
That's right.
Yeah. Chaim. It said flim.
Someone said flim for that. That's funny. All right, let's pull this up real quick.
provisional. What is a provisional Jewish state? Message.
And arranged or existing for the present, possibly to be changed later.
Why is that the case? Because they know that the Messiah is going to come and change the land later. This is the provisional Jewish state. This is not the nation of Israel. They named it what they named it on purpose because the devil knows the Bible too. He's just deceiving us, right? He's ruling for a time and the time's time, but he knows that his time is numbered.
That's right.
Right? So, provisional Jewish state. He called it what it was for a reason. Words are important, right? He knows that this government was only going to last for a little bit. It's only supposed to be here for a little while, right? Love me little time. That's what we're doing here with the Jewish state. You can take that down, not, or actually, here, let me just, wow. There it is. So, back to this provisional Jewish government. The world, I think, would regard it as especially appropriate that the greatest living democracy should be the first to welcome the newest into the family of nations. AKA, everybody would accept this if you guys did it because everybody's scared of y'all. So it only makes sense for you guys to welcome us in. That way, nobody would be dumb enough to fight us. Even though that wasn't the case, because they did get fought right after this, which is why America came in with all the guns from afar, like they always do with the drones and stuff. So, May 14th, 1948, late morning Eastern Standard Time, late afternoon in Palestine. May 14th, 1948. David Ben-Gurion, Israel's first prime minister. How do you have a prime minister? Because what? They just got the land. Reads a Declaration of Independence, which proclaims the existence of a Jewish state called Israel. A Jewish state. A people like the Jews who now have a state that they have called Israel. Words are important. They just told you in this document that this whole thing is fake if you read the words. It's a provisional government that proclaims the existence of a state of the people like the Jews, Jewish, right? Of the people that are like or pertaining to Jews, right? But not quite the Jews. Right. In a state, right? Not a nation, a state, right? You have the nation of America, a state called Georgia, right? Georgia is way less important than the nation of America, right?
Right.
This is a Jewish state. What's the nation that the Jewish state is a part of? Is there a damn nation? No. It's a provisional government.
That's right.
It's going to be changed later into Yasharallah, the real Israelites nation. I ain't even going to call it a state because it's going to be the home of the Israelites.
Right. A people. Not
right. It's going to be like China. China's not a Chinese state. It's the nation of China for the Chinese people. Right? Israel is supposed to be a nation of, Israel for the Israelite people. Not a provisional Jewish state that is just now coming to existence. Every word they use means fake, fake, temporary, fake. Literally. So they know they're not the real people, right?
Salakia.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Quick. How come they don't call themselves Israelites? Bring that out.
They can't. They know that they're fake people. They're the Jewish state, provisional. Right? Even their name is to change later. You feel me? The name is provisional.
Right.
They're the provisional Jewish people. Right? Name and identity to be changed later to further notice when Yahweh Shai come back. Everything about them is provisional. Everything about them is temporary. Right?
That's right.
It's Ish. That's why she quite called him that in the title. Everything about them is Ish. Whether it's dog Ish or Edomite Ish, it's all Ish. Right?
Something like God.
Yeah. So let me see if I got another one. I think I do. So as we see, they came into existence. What's that? May 14th, 1948. Right? May 13th, 1948, Chaim Weizmann bribes President Truman with a little letter, right? And then the next day, they got a prime minister already reading the Declaration of Independence.
Salakia, Captain.
How long it took us to write a Declaration of Independence? That's crazy. Go ahead. I'm gonna look that up.
So let me follow you real quick. So all of these things are provisional. All these things had a timeline, right? To create this provisional state, this provisional name, this provisional people, provisional, even provisional language, right? Because whatever they speak, that spit language. Anyway, but so this even goes against their claiming that what happened here is prophecy, as they say they take it in Isaiah, right? So they're debunking themselves, right? They don't believe the Bible, but they want to use so-called prophecy, and they want to use the name, they want to use everything else, but they don't believe in it. But as you've just brought forth, everything was set up to prepare themselves to take over and to get help to do it. So even in that prophecy in Isaiah 66, it totally debunks their every move they made. So it just shows how much of a liar the Esau or that Amalek is. So, they use that prophecy in Isaiah 66 to say that, it became a nation in one day, right?
Yeah, but they don't understand the way we're supposed to become a nation in one day is because of what happens in Jeremiah 16.
Exactly.
In fact, read that and we'll hold it for a hot second, right?
Okay.
That's how we become a nation in one day. That's the prophecy that they missed, because it ain't gonna take nothing but an hour for the Messiah to come back, right?
And
tear this place up, right? Turn hell into hell, fire, as the white man would say in the South, right? So let me see. Yeah, I gotta go to the next slide. All right. So hold on. All right. So May 12th. Am I going backwards? Yeah. I don't know why I did that. I already read that one. All right. So that's really it. You know what I'm saying? September 24th, we're in 46. I guess I'll read this so you guys see how it started, and then I'll close it out. Says the counsel to the president, Clark Clifford, writes to the president to warn that the Soviet Union wishes to achieve complete economic, military, and political domination in the Middle East. Toward this end, Clifford argues they will encourage the immigration of Jews from Europe into Palestine. So this was a crafty counsel, guys. Soviet Union and the United States not supposed to be on the same page, right?
Right.
But they were for this.
Sounds like Psalm 83.
Don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because this World War II, right? We're supposed to be fighting Soviets.
That's right.
But they wanted to move the Jewish people to Palestine, and we ended up finishing it. How about them apples? Y'all still hate Hitler now? Y'all think he was the bad guy? They did what he wanted to do. Well, not him, but, his people. He wanted to kill them for pretending to be us. But they wanted to move them to Israel. And, well, we ended up finishing the job for them. So get that Jeremiah 16. This is the thing that they, the part of the prophecy that they forgot to explain to everybody why it didn't happen. And it's probably because most of them don't believe in the Messiah, so they didn't think about why this didn't happen. Right?
No. You want to start at 14?
Yeah. Yep.
John, this book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
That's right, man. So no more will it be said that we came out the land of Egypt, but it's going to be said that we came from the land of the north. And he's going to bring us to the land that he gave to our fathers. That's how we're supposed to get there in one day. He's going to take us. Right? The Messiah. Not the Balfour Declaration in the United Nations, in the Soviet Union. Where's the Messiah in it? They're not even the right people. They have no connection to the Messiah at all. Right? So, I mean, that's the main thing we got to realize there. They have no connection, so they can't be the people.
Nope.
And then there's that big prophecy, you know, that explains how the people are supposed to get to the land. The real people are waiting on that still to happen. Fake people just marched there after a piece of paper was signed and a bribe was given to the president of the United States of America via letter. Right? He didn't call him on the phone. Didn't even meet him face to face. He wrote a letter, and the next day the president honored his request. Gave them a whole Jewish state. Provisional. Right? Meanwhile, the real Jews, we march, we tear stuff up, we write letters, we have meetings, we got a black caucus. We can't even get a damn law that says don't shoot us.
Wow. That's crazy.
Crazy, bro. So, Isaiah 14:1. Something else that we got to talk about, because they are going to get to the land in one day. but it ain't going to be the way that they thinking it's going to happen, or the way that they thought it happened already, right? They going to come, but they going to come with us, and for a specific reason, right? It's not just going to be, hey, y'all here, let's live together, happy, harmony, and peace, right? Let's go get past the dial in them. Nah, ain't gonna be none of that. This how y'all gonna come in one day. Bring that up.
And this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will
who?
Yet, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
On Ashkenaz.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
On Esau.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Okay.
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
No, in the land of the Palestinians.
And set them in their own land.
In the land of Ashkenazi Jews.
And set them in their own land.
Okay.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So the strangers, right? The heathen. The pretenders, the issues, the you wishes, they was us. Those people, they're going to be severely cleaving, right? They're going to be in a situation where their hands are super glued to your garments, like that lady was trying to do Hamashiach Yahushua, right? They're going to do anything to grab you. They're going to cleave. They're going to be giving you compliments, all type of stuff, right? Oh, my goodness. Are you knock? Oh, wow.
Right.
Look at your beard. Do you use Beijing? It's so full. Oh, my goodness. Man. Like, they're going to be giving you compliments, yo. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And, yo, are those fringes? Can I touch them? You know how you saw, can I touch them? Right? No. What the hell? So they're going to cleave, right? Yeah, the you wishes. That's what they are. They wish they was you, Aunt. Right? But these people, they're gonna cleave. And what happens?
Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants.
No, we can't do that. We gotta live peaceably with them.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
No, we gonna live with them as neighbors. We ain't gonna possess them, bro. That ain't what it says. You're reading that wrong. It says progress them. Right?
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
Huh. What that
in
mean?
the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Oh, damn. Oh, okay. So wait a minute. So now there's servants and handmaids. Wait, hold on, brother. So you mean the Bible says that we're gonna bring them there in one day just to make them slaves? Doc? What's the point of that?
God.
Huh? Well, the point is, sir, that we have to put ourselves in a situation where we understand the earth was made for our sakes, and everything in the earth was made for our sakes. So the people that are on the earth were made originally to serve us, right? We were made to serve the Most High. That's how this order of man works. The Most High don't want everybody serving him. I mean, he does, but the ones he wants to really be serving him is the ones he chose to serve him, right? He wants everybody else to fall in line under those people. And that's who we are. We're the ones that everybody else fall in line under, right? So we've got to get back to the point where we have fallen in line under the Most High and Yahushua, right? Therefore, the other people can fall in line under us. That's how they're going to cleave, and they end up being our servants and handmaids. Go ahead, Knock.
God. And they shall take, Salakia. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, man. So I mean, that is the gist. That's what's gonna happen, right? We're gonna get to rule over our oppressors after they cleave to us, because, well, we taking them to our land to possess them for servants and handmaids. Right? That's what the Bible says. Can't get around it. So it all starts with that prophecy, though, right? They are gonna get there in one day. But the thing they never asked was how. Right? Like, and then something else that like got me tripping, right? When we just read the thing on the Balfour Declaration that a day after old boy wrote the letter to Truman, they already had a prime minister and a Declaration of Independence written up to read, correct? That's how you know they've been preparing this jump for a while. Because I don't know nothing about the Jewish Declaration of Independence. I don't know where they got it from. Clearly, it wasn't the Bible, though, because we know that they don't believe in that. So that means it's something they made up. Now, the other white people that we know that are famous for making the Declaration of Independence, right? Look how long it took for them to make that crap. 17 days.
Wow.
Right? It took them 17 days to make a Declaration of Independence where most of the people in America did not even get, we wouldn't even get to use that crap. But it took them 17 days to make something irrelevant. The Jewish man made one in less than 24 hours. Because at some time on the 13th, dude was writing a letter. As soon as the 14th hit, they had a prime minister, and the prime minister's reading the Declaration of Independence.
Provisional.
To make them a preliminary provisional Jewish state. Right? So, I mean, it was a complete rush job. That's what it was. But just to get back to the prophecy, right? Revelation 13:9 also covers that part, but we're not going to read it. Let's get Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. Because something that was supposed to happen, right? When Well, according to Jeremiah 17:4, the Israelites, the real ones, right? The Jews of the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the 10 tribes of the northern kingdom, they would lose their identity, right? So they won't be Jews forever. They won't be, oh yeah, I could trace my history to the line of David and the line of David and my cousin, he's from the tribe of Levi and all that crap. Can't even pronounce the names.
Nope.
Right? We call the genes Levi, but the tribe Levi. Make that make sense.
Right.
But like, so we in a situation where, bro, there's a bunch of prophecies in the Bible, right? That tell what's gonna happen to the Israelites, why it's gonna happen to them, when it's gonna happen to them, how they're gonna be when it happens to them, all these different things, right? The Israelites went through captivity. They didn't keep the laws of the Most High. He punished them, and in their state of punishment, they lost who they were, their identity, and everything like that. And another people took that identity and created a crafty council with the other nations so that the real Israelites wouldn't find out who they and the imposters are. Right?
Right.
That's a gist. So Jeremiah 17:4 is the prophecy explaining how we made the Most High angry, and for that, he made us discontinue from the heritage that he gave us. That same heritage that we read earlier in Sirach chapter 24 and 23, that was given by Moses to the congregations of Jacob, right? The Bible. Right. So Baruch 2 and 30 explains what was going to happen as a result of us discontinuing from the heritage and the result of us waking back up to that heritage. Go ahead.
You want Baruch 2 and 30 or Baruch 3 and 8?
I want Baruch 2 and 30 first.
Okay. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
Mm-hmm.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
So in the land of our captivity, we're going to remember who we are as a people, right? Wherever you are, anywhere your captivity, whatever captivity you are in, wherever nation you in, if you supposed to wake up, the Most High is going to make you remember yourself, right? That's the bottom line. So we're in a situation where, okay, we've remembered ourselves now. Where are we going to remember ourselves? Baruch 3 and 8. Because something else, right? They always talk about the Holocaust, but there's only a certain sect of them that was in it because they claim 6 million of them died. So what about the ones that weren't from the Germany in the Holocaust? All you people that came from all these other places, right?
Right.
Do y'all fit this prophecy here? Go ahead.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
So, wait. So Baruch says right now, in 2023, you're supposed to still be in a captive type state if you're really the Israelites. But the Jewish people, they run everything, right? Haiti gives you guys reparations every year. They're a third world country. America gives you reparations every year. They're a first world country. So you got a first world country and you got a third world country giving y'all reparations. Y'all funded the slave trade, insured it, rather. You know, y'all own things in the record labels, right? A lot of the record label, a whole bunch of the record industry, recording industry. You own all the TV networks, right? The banking sector, yours. Diamond District, yours. Where's the impoverished Jewish man? So y'all can't be the ones going through that prophecy. What captivity are you guys in to this day? What else does that scripture say?
Behold, Salakia, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God.
We almost done, y'all. So, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, right, we are still in our captivity where the Most High scattered us, where we having to serve punishment for those, iniquities. So we're supposed to be going through a punishment right now. You telling me that the punishment for the Jewish man was only a couple hours? Right? A couple hours in the laughing gas chamber with another white guy next to them? Right? That's it. But these black people, right? These Hamites, as you like to call us, we had a punishment far greater than y'all's. How does that make sense? Right?
Precept, Cap.
Go ahead.
Well, we know that this goes back. If they are the people, then how come they're still not yet going through these curses, like it says in Baruch 3:8?
Anything.
Yeah. So let's go back to the old one, right? To the what Moses said, right? In Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, 45 and 46. And it reads, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Verse 46. And they, these curses, shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So what they talking about? What they talking about, Cat?
I don't know. You tell me. No, I'm playing. That junk's supposed to be. Yeah, go ahead. It's supposed to be what? It's supposed to the curses, right? And us being in this land, cursed, as Baruch told us. The reason Baruch could say it, and that it would be on us to this day, right? As Deontay Wilder would say, is because what? The curses, as Moses told us, supposed to be a sign and a wonder upon our seed forever.
God.
Supposed to be able to see it and think, damn, why these people in this situation, bro? What the hell is going on with these Black, Hispanic, Native American people? It's a sign and a wonder. It's supposed to make you think, damn, we really under the curses, right?
That's right. That's right.
Y'all in church saying we ain't under no curse. God forbid. Nigga, God didn't know. What? It already happened. Look around. Open your eyes. Right? So that's one of the things that, I mean, y'all are acting like them. They're like, no, God forbid, because they don't see no curses coming. Ain't nothing there. Hey, the water Yaquab, Ben Zebulon, Northern Kingdom in the building. For your generous donation, Yahabashing Yaw Shabrakatah. Call all your how. Hope you had a good piece of atonement. But so I mean, that's the main thing that we gotta get, man. You know what I'm saying? These people aren't going through the curses that we've been going through. They don't fit none of the prophecies or anything like that. So we got to get to the point where we stop giving them credit as such, right? Stop calling them Japhet too, because y'all making Japhet is wicked people, and I mean they're heathen, but a lot of Japhet ain't that bad. A lot of them live in the tents of Judah. A lot of them try to do what y'all doing. A lot of them are, they cleaving early. It's a lot of Japhet that's cleaving early, right? Y'all over here trying to make Japhet Edomites. That's not cool. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them Japhetites that's telling people we the real people. So, got to give credit where credit is due. We the chosen people. They always made for our sakes. You got to remember that. Every single last one of they damn behind. So, that's, Baruch 2:30. We're in the land of our captivity, right? We're going to wake up. So Baruch 3:8, we're still here, right? So one thing we got to remember for them, for the heathen, Jeremiah 16:19.
God.
I'm not saying be easy on them, but this is something that you're going to have to remind them as you're explaining their true history to them, right? Because they don't believe the Bible. And their history is in the Bible, which is also, why it's hard for them to understand what we be coming from and where we're coming from when we tell them the history of the Jewish man, right? A lot of them don't know about King Balaam, the dude that converted all the white folks to Judaism,
right?
The Khazarian king. A lot of them don't know about him, right? But the history's there. The facts are out there. We know how the Jewish community got converted. They also converted in a day. They're very timely people, right? We the ones that be late. Color people time, right? We the ones got the color.
That's right.
Esau be on time. It is what it is, right? He quick with it. He's a cunning hunter. To be cunning, sometimes you gotta be quick with it.
That's right.
Right? Esau's good at that. He good to be on time or early to do some devil stuff.
That's
right?
That blessing. That's right.
That's his blessing. So, I mean, that's it. Jeremiah 16:19.
It's the book of
They're
Jeremiah.
early on everything but this.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
That's right. They inherited lies and a bunch of things where there is no profit, because they have no profit in pretending to be us. Only death and destruction. Right? Only problems. That's what they're going to get. But in order to be able to give them those problems, you have to come back to your heritage and truth, right? Keep teaching your people to do the same thing. And I want y'all to learn the facts, man. Stop calling white people Japhet just because they from Europe. Right? What about the white people from Turkey? They Japhet too?
Right.
The white folks in Iraq, the white folks in Japan. They Japhet too? Right? I mean, for real, you gotta answer that question. They're not Japhet. It's not possible, right? So, hey, Daniel 7:18. Let's get that and close it out. Hope you all enjoyed the lesson. You know, if anybody want that Balfour Declaration stuff, just go to the HarryTrumanLibrary.org, and it should be on there. Balfour Declaration.
This is the book of Daniel. Well, actually, before I get that, I do want to, because as I said earlier, those who I missed, hope first of all that everyone was edified. That was a enjoyable class. I hope everybody took down precepts. I hope everybody goes back and looks at the history. Do some research for yourself when it comes to this topic, because it's important to build up this understanding and knowledge as you can use when you're teaching, especially your own people, when you're going out and speaking to them about the difference between who we are versus who they are. I think Captain Eliel came out with a very clear and concise explanation in class. All praise to the Most High for that. But I do want to do this, as I always have been trying to do. Those who came into the class a little bit after it started, I want to give a shout out to those who I missed. So I'm going to go down through the list real quick, and then we're going to get Daniel 17 and 8, and then everyone can get ready for bed so they can go to work, get on that plantation tomorrow. So let me first start off with, I want to give a shout out to Brother Yawasap, Malak Yawasap Shalom, to Sister Belen Christella Shalom, sis, to Brother Soldier Antonio Shalom, Shalom to Captain Yonatan, Shalom to Soldier Nadiab, Shalom to Prospect Ariah, Shalom to Soldier Shemaiah, Shalom to Golden, Shalom to Brother Yaakov, Shalom to I Am Isaiah, Shalom to Sister Anariah, Shalom to Brother Chaziah, and Shalom to Brother Barziah, Judah. Shalom, shalom to you for being here for the class. Now let me get Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. All right. And this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. All praises. And with that, we want to thank you again for coming and sitting with us for another Monday, Milk Monday lesson. The title was The Ish People Don't Believe in the Bible. I think our stance is clear. We have proved that. So with that, I'm going to say that we are the Anointed House of Saints. I am Soldier. I am Officer Knock, and I am with
Captain all the aristocrat. Shalom.
That's right. And we are the Anointed House of Saints. Until next time, everybody. Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music.